Oh my gosh. Hi, my name is Emily Rose and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be something different. I was approached by Miss Leah over at Busy Mom. Okay, so you should definitely go check out Leah over at Busy Mom. She does really good content on different tips like how to teach your child the ABCs. And as you can see, she's got lots of good variety when it comes to tips about being a parent. With a really good idea that I'm super excited to do here today. So she asked me if I would want to do a collaboration video on good books to read to children. So over on her channel, we are doing 5 good books to read to children that have like a lesson. And over here, I wanted to do a more environmental, like Earth Day theme to read to your children. So these are, of course, children's books. So if you don't have children, then this might not interest you. Okay, so without further ado, I will get into my 3 choices for like environmental, earth-friendly books to read to your children, and then I will pass it over to Leah. So back when I used to go into schools and one of my jobs was to go into places to read to children and to teach children about the environment. And this was one that I found that they really, really loved because it's also sort of like they have like a task with it, which, as you probably know, kids love to have a task. And that book is Touch the Earth by Julian Lennon. So the kids get on this white feather flyer, and which is a magical plane that can take you wherever you want to go. Okay, so I'm just gonna read this here and then I'll show you like a couple of pictures from the book so that you can kind of see like what the message is. But the flyer's mission is to transport readers around the world, to engage them in helping to save the environment and to teach one and all to love our planet. So it's this really cute, okay, so I'll just read you the first page so that you can kind of get it. There's like the kids can press this fake button in the book, and it says, "We all live on planet Earth. Gently touch the earth. Now touch where you live." And so they can touch the book, and there's like a button, and shake the book to make it change into the magic white feather flyer. And then press the fly button and tilt the book up. So it's this really hands-on book, which, as you know, kids love. And if they're getting kind of rowdy, if you're reading this to a group of kids, then you can let one do it at a time. Or if you just have the one child reading to them at home, then this is like a really fun, cute book, and it's beautiful illustrations. I really have enjoyed this book a lot. So yeah, that's a really cute book. I definitely recommend. Kids loved it. Okay, and here is another one. This is a really cute one as well. It's Michael Recycle meets Litterbug Doug. I took this one into schools as well, and kids love it because it's like this good versus evil superhero type theme. So you start out and you've got this Litterbug Doug who lives up on a hill. Nobody wants to hang out with him. The only things that will hang out with him are rats. And so it's really cute. He doesn't have any friends. He's lonely, just hanging out with the rats. And then all of a sudden, Michael Recycle flies down to the rescue, and he helps Litterbug Doug to clean up his mess. And it's this really cute like friendship that ensues, and the townspeople get involved and start helping. I guess that's kind of a spoiler alert, but believe it or not, the children's book does end up happy. It's just a super cute message, and it kind of gets kids thinking about like trash and, you know, like where it goes and what can happen if you throw things on the ground. It kind of just gets their minds working in the right direction in terms of being more environmentally friendly than not. My third and final book that I'm going to talk about is not necessarily, so I wouldn't say that it's good for like really young kids. I have personally read through this one with my 8-month-old son. I think it was a couple months ago that I read through it with him. He obviously doesn't care at all with anything other than chewing on things, but it's a really cute book. I still really recommend it, and I look forward to reading this to him throughout the years and then him like being able to understand. So again, I used to be an environmental educator. That is why I have this book. I'm not trying to like force these things onto my little baby child. I already had this and I've personally enjoyed reading it to him. There's a lot of good tips in here and informational things. And even if you are reading it to a young child, they still will probably enjoy like looking at the pictures of the garbage truck and things like that. But it is called Where Do Garbage Trucks Go and Other Questions. Okay. Where do garbage trucks go and other questions about trash and recycling. So this is a really informational one. Honestly, I truly based several lesson plans before when I would go in to talk to younger kids about the environment, and because it's just like really simple information that's good to know. You know what I mean? It sort of talks about the history of things. So one of the questions is, what's that smell? And it talks about way back before they collected garbage. Like, where did it go? What did they do with it back in the days before there were garbage trucks? Like, where did the garbage go? And there's like a picture of a before and after of, I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see the trash in one and then the city cleaned up in the next. Why do we throw garbage away at all? And how can we make less garbage? So this was a really good book for me to take into places and for you to teach your child about garbage and things like that, because it really does put into perspective what garbage is, why is it important to try to make as little of it as possible. One of my favorite, this is the last thing I'll say and then I'm done. One of my favorite things to say when I would go into classrooms is, did you know that your dirty diapers that your parents used to change you in and out of still exist somewhere? And they're all like, ew, and everything like that. But it's true. You know, those diapers, those disposable diapers don't ever go away. My disposable diapers that I used as a baby have never gone away. What if instead of sending them away with a garbage truck, we had no place to put them but like out in our own backyard? That would be pretty awful. And it kind of puts things into perspective as to why it's important to put your trash in the right place and deal with it responsibly, and try to make as little of it as possible. So that is a more advanced version, but again, I've read it to my son. He doesn't care at all, but your child might. And I hope that those 3 books shared some light into good environmental books to read to your child. I definitely am always looking for more to add to my children's books collection. I clearly very much enjoy the environment and little cute children's books about the environment. So if you have any suggestions, definitely leave them down below. And yeah, I thank Leah again so much for taking part in this, for inviting me to do this. And now I will pass it over to her. If you haven't checked out her channel, you definitely should, especially if you're a mom. Her handle, I believe, is Busy Mom. And yeah.
Hi, my name is Leah. I want to first just say thank you to Emily and you guys for allowing me to come onto this channel and talk about 2 books that can help teach kids about the environment. Now, these books aren't necessarily geared towards teaching kids about the environment, but I believe that with pretty much any book, you can teach any lesson. It just depends on how you present the information to your child or child that you are reading this book to. So the first book is a book that is actually in a series called Take a Walk on the Wild Side, and it's put out by Animal Planet. Now they have books in this series on zebras, giraffes, elephants, and tigers. I'm going to be talking about the tiger one. When I read this book to my daughter, I don't necessarily outright read the book to her because she is only 3. So for this particular book, it's kind of geared towards a little bit older kids. So what we do is we like to just flip through the book and look at the pictures and talk about what's happening in the pictures. The pictures are really vibrant and beautiful. It's got really good photography in it because it is from Animal Planet. So like I said, we'll just flip through the pictures and kind of talk about what is happening on each page. So what this book is about is it is about a tiger mom who is going out and looking for food that day. Now, it's not graphic or anything. They don't mention that she's going hunting or anything like that because it is geared towards children, but it's just she's going out and she's looking for food for herself. She can't find any food that day, so she ends up just going home early so she can go home and take care of her kiddos. And she feeds her kiddos the milk that she has. And so what I'll do with Marley is I'll say, look, this mommy tiger, she's caring about her kids just like how I care about you. And when we think about the world, we have to make sure we're taking care of the world because it's not just taking care of the world for us. It's taking care of the world for all of the creatures living on it. We don't want to just make sure that the world stays beautiful for us and for our future children. We want to make sure that the world stays beautiful for all of the animals that are living in this world, just like this mama tiger and her babies. So that's the first book that you can use to kind of help teach your kids about the environment and the importance of taking care of the world. The second book that you can read to your kids is The Owl Moon. The Owl Moon is also a little bit higher reading level, so I would say maybe like 4th grade. You should read this to like a 4th grader. So with my daughter, we just flip through the book and we talk about the imagery because there is really good imagery in this book. It's all about this man and his grandson, and it's from the grandson's point of view, and they go out owling, where basically they're just going and they're looking for owls at nighttime, and you have to be completely quiet so that you don't spook the animals off. And as they're walking and they're being quiet, the grandson, he's just looking around and he's really noticing nature, and he just talks about the imagery and everything that nature is providing, like the light from the beautiful moon. He talks about the beautiful snow and the beautiful trees and things like that. And at the end, they do see an owl, and he just has so much respect for the animal, the young boy does, after seeing it. And on the walk home, they can talk again, but he's saying how, you know, he doesn't even want to talk because he's just kind of blown away by how beautiful the owl was and how magnificent it was. And I think this book is good for teaching kids to respect nature as well because, like I said, the grandson, he really did come to revere the magnificent owl, but then also just you can talk about all of the imagery in the book and say, you know, this is how beautiful nature is. When we go out, we can really just enjoy nature, and we want to always be able to go out and enjoy nature like that. So it's important to take care of our planet so that it stays clean and beautiful for everyone, including you. So those are the 2 books that I had. My daughter, she wanted to come say hi. You know, kids, they don't let you do anything. So those are the 2 books that I had. If you want to come by and check out my channel, I do teaching tips for toddlers and activities that you can do with your toddlers. Thank you so much for having me on here. I really appreciate it, and I hope you found some awesome new books you can try with your little ones. Bye. You want to say bye?
Bye.
Say bye.
Bye.
So I hope that you enjoy this video, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.